Well, what's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Bump and Feed. First and foremost, the set's a little bit different. We're working on making that room a little more accessible, so it's weird. But today we're going to talk about Tournament of Survival.
Yes, we are both going to Tournament of Survival live.
Yep. Driving 8.5 hours.
Yeah, we've talked about that on some other vlogs, and we are extremely excited to be going to Freehold, New Jersey, to Slaughterhouse Farms for a Tournament of Survival. But with that said, I think we are getting the best tournament this year.
I think so too, man. This field is stacked. We have a list, and it's not because we don't know the list, but when you're doing this, you don't want to forget somebody's name or anything, so I'll just lead off randomly. Marcus Crane.
Marcus Crane, one crazy motherfucker who is coming off a crazy show, The Untouchables, right now after a crazy match with
Nick Gage.
Yeah. Yeah, he's somebody that could honestly win this whole thing.
I think so too. At the end of The Untouchables, he grabbed the mic and talked about how Nick Gage gave him an opportunity, or GCW gave him an opportunity. I always link those two together, but even though I guess it's Brett Lauderdale's company. But he talked about Gage giving him a shot, and Gage obviously respects him, or he would not be working with Marcus as much as he is. And I think it's because he knows that Marcus will give, and he will let you kill him.
Yeah. Marcus Crane's a little bit of a different breed. I was lucky enough to actually see him live at a VOW show, Vicious Outcast Wrestling, which is about 3 hours from us here where we live. And man, it was awesome. He faced Connor Claxton, who's actually in TOD. Interesting enough. But yeah, Marcus Crane could absolutely take this whole thing.
I think so too, man.
In New Jersey.
I think that, and I think given the right guys, this could be the moment to submit him. Everybody's got that story of, who kind of broke them in, so to speak, which Marcus obviously has paid his dues to me tenfold. But man, if he would run through like a Masada, and then, which Masada's not in the tournament, I guess that was a bad example, but or it's Schlack and then Nick Gage,
right,
and really submit himself, man, I think it could really blow him up.
And a tournament like this is very different. I mean, if you take into account the match that he had with Nick Gage at the Untouchables, it was a one-on-one match. Both those guys came in fresh. If those guys faced in, say, a second round or a finals type environment, who knows what could happen, because who knows whichever one's taking the bigger beating that day. Yeah. So it kind of opens up the field a little bit. He's got a chance.
And I'm anxious to kind of see how he's even looking on the second, because, so what was it? It was last weekend, right?
Yeah, we're not even a week away from that match.
So last weekend, The Untouchables. This weekend, he's going to be in King of the Deathmatch.
Right.
And then in 2 more weeks, he's going to be
in Tournament of Survival. And then I think a few weeks... Oh, wait, no, I think that's the month following. He's at a VOW show. Well, I mean, these guys never stop.
He doesn't stop.
Like, Marcus Crane's somebody to definitely check out.
He's a week from having almost his finger cut off.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's seen that, but yeah, he had... That match with Gage is an absolute must-see for a deathmatch fan. And even if you're not a deathmatch fan, it's just awesome.
it's very, very good. I love... Crane is a guy that I'm also kind of newer to. In death matches in general, but I think he's won me over.
I think both of us are on the same page. I've been a fan of deathmatch wrestling for over a decade, and I've been to, this will be my 8th deathmatch tournament, but I kind of got out of it a little bit, and GCW has kind of brought both of us back into the field a little bit, and Marcus Crane is one of those guys.
Yeah. Gage getting out of prison, I think, did a lot for death matches.
Yeah, he really did. And that brings us to our next guy, Nick Gage.
Yeah, who's the Gage? What can you say about Nick Gage? The dude's crazy.
Yeah.
He died. He was literally dead for 8 minutes. Goes and robs a bank. Goes to prison. Comes out. You can't tell if he's working or shooting. He's the greatest guy. He is. I say it about a lot of dudes. Nick Gage is legit, for anybody watching, my favorite dude on the planet right now.
Yeah, Nick Gage is absolutely one of the best wrestlers out there right now, deathmatch or not. What he's doing right now is actually really cool. He had a really good WrestleMania weekend. He was facing guys like Keith Lee, who's literally getting ready to go to the WWE. Had a great match.
Not death match, just good stuff.
Yeah. Nick Gage right now and I'm gonna compare him, not really in looks or even in style, but the aura of someone like Bruiser Brody or Stan Hansen, because those dudes made their own rules. They did what they wanted, and it felt real. Yeah. Nick Gage right now is on a different platform.
Dude, he is, man. He's the, well, no pun intended on his name. He is the king right now.
He really is. That's the best name for him. So, if Nick Gage wins this, it wouldn't even be a surprise.
No, not at all. I don't know if Gage will. It seems appropriate for him to win it, but it's kind of one of those things where what else does he have to prove?
Right, and I mean, later on this year, he has a deathmatch tournament that's, I mean, it's called the Nick Gage Invitational, so, yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen there.
Also, game changer, if you ever watch this, if you want me and Stevie to drive another 8.5 hours, Jun Kasai.
Please, Jun Kasai for NGI.
So,
our next guy, Alex Colon.
Alex Colon. Now, this is a guy who I literally had never heard, and this is terrible, but again, with the whole phasing out of death matches and then kind of coming back, I hadn't even heard of Alex Colon until like last month.
Okay.
That's real.
The only real... I knew who Alex Colon was because of CCW. I didn't watch a lot of Alex Colon, but what he's doing right now is pretty cool.
This guy, honestly, he may be only second to Marcus Crane for not caring about their body.
Yeah.
He will do anything.
Yeah. Him and Marcus Crane, I'd actually like to see that match, even if it's in the first round. We were talking earlier, and it's actually going to be really sad when someone gets eliminated because everyone in this tournament is so legit.
Yeah. Every guy is a guy. Like, he's the guy.
Like, everybody in this thing could potentially win it. Yeah. Alex Colon right now is on a tirade, though. At the Untouchable show, he actually, after he won his match, and he called out Takada.
Takada, yeah.
Straight up called him a pussy.
Lord, dude,
I don't know if I'd have done that.
No, that would be... But he doesn't care, though. Like, that's the thing, man. He would probably let the kid kill him.
Yeah.
Like, he would let him murder him.
Right now, he's trying to... I mean, he's not trying, he is. He is making himself very prominent in the deathmatch scene, and he's somebody that could pick it up, too, man. I could see GCW getting behind him on that, too, honestly.
I think so, too.
Our next guy's actually coming from Big Japan Pro Wrestling, Ueke.
Ueke, yeah, man. And this guy had the big viral video.
Yeah, that's actually how I was familiar with him. He had a viral video where he pulled a fake gun out during a match. Well, it looked really real.
Yeah,
and held everybody up, including the referee, hostage for a minute. So
it'll be interesting to see how he is. It's somebody that I need to watch more on.
Actually, after he got announced, I went and I did find some Big Japan stuff, and man, he's awesome. He's pretty crazy.
And that's the thing. I guess having the reputation of being from Big Japan anyway, you're out. You know that they're not booking scrubs.
Exactly. And it's cool that he's getting to come into America, because I know that's a big deal for those dudes as well. And anytime any of the American deathmatch wrestlers get to go to Japan, I know it's a huge deal. So, I mean, it's really cool. And this guy, I mean, who could? I mean, he could come in and absolutely pick this up, and that would be a big victory going back to Big Japan.
Yeah.
And facing someone like Takada, who's the current deathmatch champion.
Of everything over there.
Yeah, he's basically the king. I'm hoping we get him sooner or later this year as well.
Yeah, I agree. Outside of him, other foreign or I don't know if you call them expats or not, but guys coming over, Miedo Extreme
and Cyclope.
Yeah. So, which Cyclope is nuts. Miedo Extreme is also crazy, but Cyclope may take the cake on insanity there.
Yeah, Cyclope. Either one of these guys could pick up the win. They're both insane. They're the current GCW Tag Team Champions.
And a great match from Untouchables.
Yeah.
After already worked deathmatch.
Both of them already worked separate singles death matches, then worked a tag death match later on in the show and picked up the victory and won the titles, which was really cool. These guys are awesome, man. Yeah. I know you're kind of a little bit more on the Cyclope side of things, and I think I'd probably agree with who I'm actually, between the two, who I'd rather see pick up the victories in this tournament. But I mean, I don't know.
They're both so.
They're both so insane. I'm sure we'll probably see some kind of fish hook spot.
Fish hooks. Yeah. And I'm wondering.
And razor blade boards.
I was gonna say it's the razor blade matches were kind of stuck to Kasai in Japan. Yes. This is some of the first. I don't know if I can remember actually razor board being used in the States.
Yeah.
And man, Joey Janela was down, and he was going to basically give him like a senton, and Janela moved, man, and it legit opened his back up.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. And if you want to go back to that show, literally Untouchables is amazing, but Cyclope and Joey Janela have a barn burner. Yeah. Maybe, I mean, it's hard to say match of the show on that because every match is so good, but man, it's amazing.
It is.
So both of those dudes are two guys to look out for.
Schlack is. I'm anxious. This is my first time seeing Schlack live.
I've been lucky.
He's crazy.
I've been lucky enough to see him twice. Both times was insane. He's a madman. Like I said, last year he was the guy that tipped me over on going to Tournament of Death last year. And I'm really glad I did because that Masada match was insane. But yeah, he's somebody that's kind of on my favorite list to pick for this tournament.
Yeah, I think he could definitely, not even a sleeper, but like, because you already think, when you think of Schlack or a lot of deathmatch guys, like he's already eclipsed this level of just overness in the deathmatch community. But a tournament of survival win for him would be huge.
It would be huge. I don't think he's ever picked up any tournament wins yet, so... and he's somebody that doesn't give a fuck. Like, again, on that Untouchable shows, he faced the other guy we're going to get to in a minute that's in that tournament, Eric Ryan, in one of the most brutal American death matches I've ever seen in my life. The finish is one of the most brutal matches I've ever seen ever.
Yeah. And earlier in the match, before they got there, because the finish was cool, but just to touch on this for a second, he had plywood with cut in half aluminum cans put on him, Schlack did. And Ryan, I think it was an elbow drop off the apron, and the cut in half aluminum cans, which, you say the word aluminum and you're like, but dude.
But anybody that's ever ripped a can in half or felt how sharp they are,
dude,
man.
And it gashed his side open. But yeah, the finish is...
Yeah, but Schlack is somebody that could definitely pick this thing up. And if we do get a rematch in this tournament, possibly with Eric Ryan, man, that's going to be something. Because Eric Ryan, as we were saying earlier, like an Alex Colon that doesn't give a shit about his body, Eric Ryan gives zero fucks.
Yeah. That, several things from that Schlack match, not caring, was obviously the finish of being choked out and
the shopping cart,
unconscious with the bag. But the shopping cart, the power bomb on the shopping cart, the soup, everything.
And then he missed a leg drop off the top. Oh my god, that looked horrible.
Yeah, he did. He caught it he didn't even catch it on the bone. He caught it right on his knees.
He had to have a crazy bruise after that.
So, he's a crazy man.
The powerbomb on the shopping cart was amazing, and yeah, if these guys get into the rematch in this tournament, especially, I'm excited to see that. But those are all the dudes that are going to be in Tournament of Survival. And man, I'm jacked.
It's I don't know if I've seen
about 2 weeks away now, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll be making the trip down there, and I think it's going to be a fantastic show. I mean, that goes without saying, obviously.
Oh, also on that show, a non-tournament match.
Yes.
Joey Janela and PCO.
Janela and PCO.
So that alone is a viral video waiting to happen. And we're going to be vlogging there, so it's going to be awesome, man. Good. We're extremely excited. Yeah, hopefully pick up some interviews.
Yeah, hopefully so. Surely somebody will. Not sure. I don't want to say surely, but
we had already talked to PCO online, and he seems extremely open.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm jacked. I'm so excited.
And the funny thing is we're really happy about it. And honestly, I think 8-person tournaments, we had talked about this earlier, are the best.
Yeah.
Because once you start getting, because I remember specifically from a TOD when the finals was Masada versus Drake. It was great, but you could tell, man, just after an hour of being beaten, it takes a toll. And that's not anything to their toughness. Obviously, Masada is God when it comes to this stuff, but everybody's human, and you can only take so much, and it starts to wear you down. So I think 8's good. And
and honestly, having like the 3-ways and the 4-ways, and then having somebody advance out of those to the next round, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm glad GCW is sticking with 8, man.
Yeah, I like it too. And even with 8, there's still some people that we'd have loved to have seen in it who aren't.
Right.
But it's still going to be a great show.
It's an Elite 8 though, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I like that some of the guys, because you would love to see a Masada or something like that, because Masada's my dude. But it's good. I would honestly, I'd rather them focus on building some newer guys, your Marcus Cranes and stuff like that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because we need the next level of guys, and we can already kind of see a glimpse into the future, and it's really bright. Because hybrid deathmatch wrestling is freaking awesome.
It is, man. It is the greatest. So, but guys, that is the Tournament of Survival preview. We are pumped for it. I hope you guys are pumped for it. I'm sure some of you were. Some of you probably didn't make it this far because a lot of people hate deathmatch.
Yeah.
But
we're covering it all, though.
We are. That's absolutely the name of the game. So, but that is it. Let us know your thoughts down below. Are you going to be at Tournament of Survival? Let us know in the comments below. Are you going to watch it? Buy it on SmartMark? Definitely do that. That's what we did. Untouchables.
Yeah, definitely.
But definitely do that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you guys in the next video.